Hey guys, so today you and I are going to talk about clean code. So let's get into it. So the question was, Frederick, how can a software engineering manager who is poor at code, who are poor at code, poor coders themselves, emphasize the value of clean code to their team when they figure out a lot of issues were arising out of no one following the coding standards? Hire competent people. Hire a tech lead who knows what they're doing. Hire a senior software developer who knows what they're doing. And maybe don't try to do something that you're not qualified to do. This is just my 2 cents, of course, because as some may know, I have this beef axe to grind with the whole notion that it's a good idea to bring in people who sort of knows how to code and then make them managers, make them leaders of people who are doing things that for most people are magic. And the problem with having people who peddle magic as part of your workforce is that some of them don't give a shit about how well things go for you or your company, which means that unless you have people you can trust and people who are truly talented and skilled, which are a minority in software development, you will have this problem, and you have no way of stopping that because you have no way of evaluating what good results look like. And therefore you need someone who knows how to evaluate what good results look like. Now this is something that is near and dear to my heart because I have faced a lot of this in my career so far. A lot of subpar coding standards, a lot of pushback and tribalism and stupid shit like that from people who are usually incompetent and will make it a rule to get in the face and get in the way and try to stop people who are trying to create a better solution. And it is due to the things that I'm talking about. It is pure and simple. A case of the old problems, ego and self-value and territorial mindsets and all of that good stuff. So the only thing I can really give you is, as I said, the ideal case is that you hire someone who knows what they're doing. And then that person will, if they're good at what they do, have enough authority to make it a little bit uncomfortable to not follow coding standards, and then you will give them basically the directive that from this point on we expect that there are unit tests, we expect that things are going to go in the right direction. And you have no idea how easy it is to fix that problem once you have that buy-in. I can tell you that, at least me, I have done that transition from some code bases that have been so horrendous that people have quit over the fact that they don't want to work in that code base. I'm very proud to say that turned out really, really well. And I've turned a code base with 0 unit tests into one which has, I think to date, it's almost, well, we're not really where I want to be. It's 60%. We're closing in on the golden 85% level of coverage. Now the reason why I mention coverage is not because I'm necessarily saying that means that you have quality tests or anything like quality coding standards and so forth. What I'm saying is that adding tests and having a measurement of how many tests you actually have forces at least the behavior of writing tests and trying to follow coding standards. It's the same thing with linting rules. If you don't have linting rules or these sorts of things, you have no you're sort of losing out on a very big benefit. I'm a big believer in static analysis of code. And I'm not talking SonarQube and all this other what is the complexity level bullshit that some people use. I think that is a scam invented by stupid people or rather bought by stupid people who don't understand that software development is more complicated than an algorithm that basically scans your code to figure out the complexity and all things like that. It's something that you buy into and you don't truly understand what makes the difference. And the thing that makes the difference is that you have qualified people who are on the lookout and trying to fix the underlying issues, who are really there to make a difference. And the code coverage and so forth, these are just helpers, or like these are supporting tools that helps you make sure that things are going in the right direction. But the other part of that is to actually do the code reviews and actually look at who within the team is trying to do better and who is underqualified to work in the project. And it's at the end of the day as simple as that. I don't know why we have this idea, it seems, as if these things are difficult to understand, or that they are, well, as I said, like, it brings me back to, if you don't know what you're looking for, then you can't fix this. It's that simple. You don't know what good work looks like, so how could you evaluate if someone is doing good work or if someone is improving, etc., etc. But when you do know what you're looking for, you can very quickly see who is performing, who is now getting out of bad habits and actually making an effort to do things in the right way, quote unquote, and who is a problem. So what I want you to take away from this is that if you want to fix bad coding standards as a software engineering manager and you don't know how to code yourself, hire someone who knows. It's that simple, or that difficult, depending on how you look at it, and then have that person get the directive to fix this issue, and then make sure that they are adding coverage checks for their tests, and then you basically do the thing that all managers who don't know anything about software have to do. You just trust that the person that you hired is going to tell you the truth and pray. You know, to me that sounds idiotic, because it's literally a situation where you as the authority can't actually figure out if you're being if anything is going in the right direction. You just have to take the word of someone who is more qualified than you. Another side suggestion is go and learn how to be a better coder yourself, and you can probably affect this in a more direct way. Have a great day.